Welcome to where we shine a light on police misconduct and hold public officials accountable. Today's footage comes courtesy of Beer Britain Audits. You'll find their link down below, so go show them some support and check out the full clip that I end this episode. Beer Britain Audits is lawfully filming near an Amazon site when an officer approaches with a dismissive tone and some very questionable legal claims. What starts as a routine interaction quickly turns into a test of knowledge, patience, and professionalism. Watch closely as the auditor calmly stands his ground, challenges the shaky reasoning, and exposes the cracks in the officer's understanding of the law. Let's break it down step by step.
Chat.
Oh yeah, we can have a chat here, can't we?
Yeah, we can.
Alright, cool. So all I've done today is make some video footage, and I've stuck to everywhere that I'm allowed, apart from apparently Amazon, where I wasn't allowed to step on their site.
Who's allowed you permission on the site?
No one's allowed me permission. This is all public, bro. Don't treat me like I'm silly. Yeah, I do this a lot.
You just said.
Again, identify for me as well, please. Before you do.
Myself,
you do. Okay, what's yours as well, please?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you told me that your body worn camera's on? No, you haven't. That's part of your policy. You can clearly see that I'm filming, bro.
Okay, and you can clearly see that that's.
No, I can now.
I don't have to notify you.
You do. It's part of your policy.
Here, the officer claims that informing someone about body-worn video isn't part of his policy, but that doesn't align with established guidance. Under data protection principles and national policing guidance, officers are generally expected to make people aware when recording is taking place. Unless there's a clear operational reason why that isn't practicable in the moment that I end the situation, there's no urgency, no threat, no fast-moving incident. It's a calm exchange, so the expectation to notify would reasonably apply. Dismissing that responsibility outright doesn't come across as procedural. It feels evasive. Transparency around recording isn't optional courtesy. It's part of maintaining public trust and accountability.
But this has been proven before that it's part of your policy.
Stop. You just stated that you have been allowed. No,
I don't have to stop.
Me. I'm trying to ascertain what's
I don't have to. Listen, bro. I don't want to interrupt you, but to be honest, I don't want to speak to you. Yeah, I'm going about doing my civil right. I'm allowed to go around and film in public areas.
Allowed. Who has allowed you?
My rights as a human being in this country.
And they have a right to know who is filming or taking photographic images of the building.
No, they don't. No.
The officer claims they have a right to know who's filming their building. But that statement is, at best, misleading. Simply recording from a public place does not automatically create a legal obligation to identify yourself in the UK, unless a specific statutory power is being used, such as during a lawful stop and search. Members of the public are generally not required to provide their name or details just because they're holding a camera. A request is not the same as a legal demand. What we're seeing here feels less like law being applied and more like control being asserted. Instead of citing a clear power, the officer leans on authority and expectation, and that's the distinction that matters. Policing should be grounded in clearly defined legal powers, not personal discomfort with being filmed. When authority replaces explanation, it shifts from protecting rights to asserting dominance.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Oh my God! Please, mate. Please don't. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. I'm literally just on my way to taking someone to professional standards for exactly the same thing. Okay. Trying to trump up charges that aren't there. Yeah, which is no. Listen. No, I'm not saying that you are. You're trying to tell me though.
You're not telling me what has happened. You're just saying you're doing your civil right. Doing what? Taking images.
Filming the building. The building. Amazon. Look at this place. It's huge.
I know it's huge, but why? What's the reason why?
Because I like to. I don't have to tell you that.
No, I'm just trying to understand why.
But I know. But I'm going to stick to. I don't have to tell you that. And that's, you can say that being as awkward.
How am I supposed to ascertain what's happening?
You don't have to ascertain anything until I've committed the
I've had an incident that's been called.
Have I committed an illegal offence?
Well, as far as what we've heard on the call is that there's been swearing and shouting, so I need to know who that's been coming from.
Those down there, and the video's got it to prove it.
Right, and can you show me that?
Yes, I can.
Because if you're involved in that and you've been shouting and swearing, that is an offence. That is something I need to ascertain what has happened.
Of course. Hey, you know this camera? You see this camera? It's an independent witness. Yeah, so that's another reason I film, because when stuff like this happens, yeah, When people try and say stuff happened that didn't happen, we can now go back to this footage and see, can't we?
What we've heard on the call is that there's been lots of shouting and swearing going on.
Right,
so we need to ascertain what that's in relation to. So if people, that's called public order. That is an offence, yeah? And I'm here to try and ascertain what has happened. You're not being very forthright with me, and I understand why, because I don't have to.
Because I don't have to.
No, but I have to ascertain what's happened.
Yeah, but I don't have to still tell you, bro. This is what I'm like, until I commit an offence.
Okay.
Yeah? And you're saying a public order offence, yeah?
An offence has been committed.
Where is the person that feels harassed, alarmed and distressed? Where are they? Who are they? You have to have a complainant. Where's the complainant?
No, it doesn't.
Where's the complainant?
No, it has to be an assumed person. A person of
so
reasonable firmness. You think you know your legislation, but if you do, then
that's all you guys want to deal with is legislation. What about what you swore to when you took up your job? Wasn't that under common law? Most of that's under common law, isn't it?
Wasn't under common law.
Yeah.
Right. My granddad, was a very well-respected inspector in the police force, yeah? Right. I don't care. You guys still swear by it.
Of legislation.
I know that.
Swear by common law. There are other pieces of legislation that we swear by.
Okay.
I'm still trying to ascertain what has happened. Now, what I'm saying.
And I've told you what's happened is I've done some filming and they haven't liked it.
And I'm telling you, we are aware that a public order incident has taken place.
No, how are you then? So who was it by?
So I don't know that. I'm trying to ascertain that from yourself. You were reported to be involved. I've come here. I'm trying to ask you what has happened. Now,
so how do you know that one's taken place? If you don't know who done it,
we can hear it on the.
Here, the officer leans on a report of shouting and swearing from a phone call to justify his presence and investigation. On the surface, it might sound like a legitimate reason to respond. However, hearsay alone, someone else's unverified account, does not automatically create reasonable grounds to suspect an offense. For lawful action, officers need corroborating evidence or direct observation to support any claims. Relying solely on a phone report without verification risks turning assumptions into enforcement, which is exactly what the law is designed to prevent. This is a clear example of how weak reasoning can be dressed up as authority.
No one at the time, and that you're now lying. You're lying because I was filming at the time when that call apparently would have come through.
You've just said on your
no, yeah, I've caught that I haven't. No, it would have been them because it hasn't come from me. So if there is swearing on this footage, it's going to come from them. It won't be coming from me.
But I don't know that.
Okay.
Not showing me
and even that, even this footage now, I don't have to, but I will. I will just because I can't wait to prove you wrong.
Showing me anything to the contrary.
Okay. Also, I want to know that hang on, before I show you anything.
Public order offence has been committed.
Right.
You can hear it on the phone call. Swearing and stuff is taking place in public. Now you're saying you can prove that it's not you because you have video.
And if it proves that it's them, are you going to go and deal with that?
I'm going to go have a chat with them afterwards.
Straight up, because I'll be following you to make sure that you do follow it up. Because I know how this works. If I'm swearing in here, you're going to deal with that. But if it comes back that they're swearing in it, you won't deal with that. I ain't stupid. This happened to me the other day. This happened to me the other day, bro. Like I say, to be honest, I want to go about my business. Am I detained? Am I detained? Am I detained?
I just need to know what's happening.
Yeah, and I'm asking, am I detained? So I'm free to go. Am I free to go?
Well, I need to confirm your identity.
When the auditor asks directly if they're being detained, you can clearly see the officer avoids giving a clear answer and continues to press for ID. Detaining someone without lawful authority or clear grounds is unlawful. This equivocation by the officer risks constituting an unlawful detention.
You don't need to confirm my identity. I don't have to give it you till an offence has been committed. I do not have to give it you. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. You turning up and saying an offence has been committed doesn't mean one's been
committed.
No,
it hasn't been committed, and you've just confirmed it by saying you've got footage of it on your phone.
Oh wow!
You've literally just confirmed by saying I've got footage of that offence happening, a public order offence.
Okay.
Haven't you? You've just said that.
Okay. I said
so
actually.
Said that.
What I actually meant in that. What I meant in that is the footage here will show that I didn't at any point swear. The guy started going crazy at me, and I did actually say to him, bro, what you're doing now is a public order offence.
So potentially,
that's what I said to him. So you probably heard me say that on the call.
I need your details if you are the victim of the public order offence.
Public order offence. You think I'm going to have somebody in trouble for a public order offence? Come on, mate.
Can I just ask, the details of security guard that came down from Amazon? And did you manage to get his name or anything?
No, only his identity. Yeah.
The issue becomes when you trespass. Obviously, that's a civil issue.
Of course.
And even more so if you're trying to get into buildings.
Of course.
So we just want to make sure that's not going to.
That's not going to happen. And we spoke to this chap here, fantastic, Nathan, innit? Nathan here.
Yeah.
Hey, promotion for you, buddy. I will. I'll email them and say.
You're, you know, in agreement that we're not going to be going on anyone else's land.
No. But I haven't. Like I say, this guy seems to think he's gonna. I don't know. You're not having my details. You're not having them. You might be able to take my mates.
Go over there and speak to them and take.
Don't. I've just told you I don't want you to.
Right, fine. Well, on your way.
When the auditor directly asks if they're being detained, the officer dodges the question and instead continues to demand ID. This hesitation is more than just frustrating. It's legally significant that in the UK, detaining someone without lawful authority or clear, specific grounds is unlawful. Simply pressing for compliance while avoiding a straight answer can amount to an unlawful detention. This kind of equivocation shows a reliance on intimidation rather than proper legal procedure. Lawful authority requires clarity, transparency, and justification, not vague threats or evasive tactics.
Free to go, I'm free to stay. So I won't be going nowhere, sir. So stop, trying to talk down to me.
Stand here pointing that in my face.
Well, then disappear. You're the one that's approached me today, not the other way round.
I
don't have to. It's a public place, and it's up to you to make privacy in a public place. So if you'd like to make privacy, then I suggest you maybe get in your 2 shiny cars with flashy lights, right, and have a conversation.
The officer finally says, "On your way then." But the auditor isn't automatically required to leave. In a public place, individuals have the right to remain unless a lawful order is issued. For example, a dispersal notice under specific legislation, or a formal arrest supported by legal grounds. Here, the officer's command lacks that legal basis. It's not backed by statute or regulation. It's driven by personal authority and ego rather than the law. This highlights the difference between actual policing powers and attempts to assert control without justification. School. So what we're seeing here is a textbook example of someone exercising their legal rights, filming openly in a public space, while an officer repeatedly presses for reasons that simply don't exist. Rather than calmly explaining the law or citing any valid legal power, this officer relies on assumptions and personal ego, turning a lawful activity into a power struggle. The interaction becomes less about enforcing rules and more about asserting control. It's an important reminder. Policing is about applying the law, not managing feelings or egos. Officers must respect rights and act within their legal authority, no exceptions. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this breakdown useful, check out the other videos on my channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.